Hey everybody out there, and today for you guys we're going to be doing an update of one of my favorite decks, guys. You know this deck, I've been profiling the heck out of it for over a year now, and I wanted to give you guys an update since the ban list came out in October. So, without further ado, let us do an update of my Galaxy Eyes deck. Yes, I got a Ghost Rare Galaxy Eyes thanks to a friend of mine who hooked me up and gave me a good price. I do not play with this card. I keep this in my binder because it's near mint, but I decided for this video to put the Galaxy Eyes Ghost Dragon, take it out of the binder, and put it in the deck. So yeah, I love this card because it looks so awesome. Like, oh my gosh. You guys know how much I love this deck. I've been playing this deck since before YCS Columbus of last year, the 200th, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this deck. I took it to YCS Chicago as well. I did go down to Atlanta with some friends of mine as well for the tag tournament, and I played it down there. I've played this deck at a bunch of different events. I got my invite last year with this deck. It's super fun to play. I've updated it. I don't have my side deck ready at the moment, but yes, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile, guys. So, first off, we run our 3 Galaxy Eyes Dragon. I mean, straightforward. You guys should know this. This guy is your main boss monster of the deck. He's going to help you go for your level 8 Exceeds. He'll help your Exceeds monsters gain certain effects because it's a Galaxy Eyes monster. The fact that this is a Galaxy Eyes and Photon card is very important because it allows certain effects to kick off. So you definitely run 3 Galaxy Eyes. The fact that he's level 8, like I said, works with trade-in, helps you go for Exceeds, and sometimes in a blue moon he will come on the field and be a beater to do different things because you do have, and don't forget this guys, Photon Sanctuary, and you can special summon this bad boy out and beat over things. I've done that against an Exceed monster once or twice in tournaments, and people just forgot that this thing does stuff against Exceeds. So yeah, 3 Galaxy Eyes Dragon, guys. Love this deck. Got my ultimate and got my ghost. Super happy. Yeah, I think this deck is, like I said, this deck has probably come into the top 5 of my favorite decks. GK, Gravekeepers being number 1, 6 Samurai being number 2, Blue Eyes being number 3, and Galaxy Eyes being my 4th favorite deck right now. Dark Magician's number 5. It took over Dark Magician's 4th spot. So yeah. So these cards here, these help you go for your level 8 Exceed plays a lot more easier. Galaxy Brave, if you guys don't know, this card is sort of like a pseudo Blue Eyes alternative dragon, if you want to say that. You reveal it, it'll become level 8. You special summon it, if you depending upon which monster you reveal. You bring it out. Usually you want it to be a level 8. Sometimes you'll use it as a beater because maybe you have a big monster in grave, you want to beat over something that's problematic. You choose the monster in the grave, it becomes that attack, you beat over something. But usually it's mainly going to be used for level 8 Exceed plays. Same thing with Galaxy Knight. This is going to be one of your main level 8 Exceed plays. I see people run 3 of this card. 3 of is okay, but I'm going to tell you, every time I run 3, it bricks. Because when this card bricks, it sucks. Now, if you're going against like a true Draco deck or a Helmet-esque deck that runs things like Skill Drain and things of that nature, don't forget, you can normal summon this card if you have another Galaxy card on the field that meets its requirements, and then this card will become 28 attack. I've done that and had some fun against some duels with that. This was like a year ago, but yeah, that's happened. Next up, we run 3 Galaxy Soldier. You guys know what this does. People always ash this card. They always ash this card. They won't ash other cards in my deck, but they'll always ash this card because they've seen it in other meta decks. People always, unless I've played with them before, think this card, I'm going to go into infinity. While that is true a good majority of the time, this card is not always going to go for infinity. The fact that this is in a Galaxy Eyes deck means you're going to search other things besides another Galaxy Soldier a good amount of the time. Don't forget that. because people always will ash this thinking about it. You know, oh, that's his main combo play because he was going in for an infinity. I was like, no, that's not my main combo play. I was baiting you out. I'll use this card a lot to bait out an ash for like maybe something I want, you know, more important I want, like a Photon Orbital or a Galaxy Wizard. I've had happen once or twice. So, yeah. Great card, though. It's very good. Next, we run 3 Photon Orbital, which is probably one of the more expensive cards of the deck. This card's amazing, gives you attack bonus. Sometimes that does come into play. Mainly, it's going to be used as a searcher. So it's very essential to your combo plays in the deck and how you tutor off. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this deck because I've done like 3 or 4 in-depth deck profiles of this deck already. If you want to check those out, I did one like 3 months ago in-depth into it. So I'm just going to go over this deck and how I've updated it. So mainly, so yeah. Next, 2 Photon Vanisher. Some people run 3 of this. Do not run 3 of this because you'll lose targets, and it's good, but it's not worth 3 of because it will brick. 2 of is all you need. But yeah, 2 Photon Vanisher. This is really helpful because it helps you search out a Galaxy Eyes card from your deck. So when you're trying to set up this, so say you go, you have like a Photon Thrasher or something else on the field. You go special summon this. You go into you search out your Galaxy Eyes Dragon. You go into your Link play, and now your Link monster, your Linky boy over here, is live because now you have a Galaxy Eyes Dragon in hand to pitch it on their turn to destroy a card. So yeah. Next up, we got 1 Photon Thrasher. Some people still run 2 of this. That is fine. I just found that 2 of got a little bit bricky nowadays. And instead what I did a couple of months ago, and I haven't looked back at it because I love it, is I went 1 Photon Thrasher and 1 Photon Advance. Because this card I can normal summon, this card I can't. And this card is not going to brick. Because I can special summon it off something else. I can normal summon it if I have to. You know, but this I can't normal summon. So say I drew this mid-game. This is pretty much dead. Say I drew this mid-game. This is going to be live. Now you understand what I'm trying to say. And the fact that I run Reinforcement of the Army and I can easily search this when I need to, great. Going to try to get an ultimate rare here eventually. An ultra rare, excuse me. Next, 1 Galaxy Wizard as well. I cut Galaxy Wizard down in the deck for just consistency reasons. I still loved it in the deck as a 3-of, but I've decided to retool the deck, rework the deck, try a different way out for the new season and new meta, and I just like it as a 1-of in the deck currently. Still a good card though, because if you have Monster Reborn in this, you can Reborn it back and abuse the effect again to tribute it off because it's not once per turn. But yeah, great card. Next we run 3 Ash Blossom, your negation, you know, your hand trap negation. You guys should know what this does and everything. Pretty basic. 3 Photon Sanctuary. This is essential in the deck. This helps you go for your Link play, number 1. But don't forget, like I said earlier, if you are trying to get over a monster that has high attack or an Exceed monster that's annoying, what you can do is go Photon Sanctuary, special summon out Galaxy Eyes from your hand, because Galaxy Eyes Dragon can be special summoned if you have 2 level 2000 attack monsters on the field. These are 2000 level attack tokens. Very nice. Next, 2 Galaxy Expedition. 3-of gets too cloggy even though I love this card, but this card will help you go for your level 8 plays, level 8 Exceed plays, and also help you go into Infinity as well. Next, 2 Trade-In. Trade-In's really good in the deck. You could run it as a 3-of. I prefer 2-of because sometimes it will be dead. And sometimes I don't want to pitch my level 8s from my hand. But in certain situations when I'm trying to power through my deck, I just like 2 Trade-In. It's very nice. 3 Call by the Grave. I put Call by the Grave back in the deck because hand traps, I'm running into a lot more hand trap stuff. And Call by the Grave really helps save me against hand traps. So definitely run 3 Call by the Grave in the main deck nowadays. And I haven't looked back because it's multi-versatile. Sometimes I will side this out depending upon the matchup though. Sometimes. 1 Galaxy Zero. This is kind of like your call, pretty much like a Premature Burial-esque card for Galaxy Eyes. That's searchable. Galaxy Trance. I love this card. Some people run this as a 2-of, and I understand why. But I'm going to be honest. When I used to run this as a 2-of, a year ago, and even nowadays I retested it because I was trying to fit the 40th card in. I never went for this more than one time because this cost me 2,000 life points. I always would just, this card's amazing, but I only went for it one time a duel usually. Rarely did I ever go use two. Because sometimes it would take setup. Sometimes you didn't want to waste 4,000 life points to make an exceed play. But it's still a great card, don't get me wrong. One Reinforcement of the Army and one Monster Reborn. Just two generic cards. Monster Reborn, revival stuff, and Reinforcement of the Army. I mean, it helps search out your warrior engine of the deck. Next up, we run 2 Tachyon Transmigration. This card I run in the main deck. In Game 2, I side this out. Like I've always said, if I'm going second, I side this card out. But going first, which this deck is predicated to, this card's amazing. Because you can make a board with this, maybe have an Ash in hand, maybe have another negation on the field with an Exceed play. So like sometimes you'll have a board like this. So you'll have a negation here, and a negation back here. And that's not including a hand trap you may have in your hand. Nice. So yeah, this card's definitely a staple as a 2 of. 3 of is too much, but 2 of, I love the card in the deck as a 2 of. And like I said, I usually side deck it out in Game 2, depending upon if I'm going first or second. Next up, we got my Field Center of Galaxy Eyes. But we run 2... I got the secret rares. I'm so happy. I love the fact that they rarity bumped this card. Thank you, Konami, for doing that in the Mega Tins. Secret rare Galaxy Eyes Soulflare Dragon. It looks so pretty. Next we run number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. This card is your boss Exceed monster for the deck. It is amazing. It is broken. It is very OP. I'm just going to say that. If you know Galaxy Eyes, you know how powerful this card is. You run it as a 2 of. Next we run Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Yes, that's Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon Ghost Rare. I know. Then we run number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This helps you get around Colossus and Thunderboards. Then this also does too. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor. Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. This helps you get around like Colossus, Titan, etc. Because what you'll do is, if you guys don't know how to get around those boards, is sometimes if you need to do it twice, you'll beat them over with this. But say they go Colossus, Titan. What you do is you go Tachyon, enter battle phase, negate all their effects for the turn by using Tachyon's effect. Main phase 2, go into the, you run over one of their monsters, okay? Because you've negated their effect. And then what you'll do is you'll go into main phase 2 to pop the other 2 monsters. You'll go into this, detach, pop, go into this, detach, pop, and you've cleared their board. And it's amazing. And lastly, because I still run this card because it wins me duels and I love making it, Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I do make this card and it's beautiful. Generic level 8s, I do run one number 38 Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy. You do make this card. For your level 4s, I run one Starliege Photon Blast Dragon, which is very useful. And I also run Starliege Power Dynamo. This card's amazing in certain matchups, and you run it as a 1 of because it's that amazing. Then I run you definitely do not discount this card. I've used this as backup plans against like Thunder Dragons and random decks. Then I run Cyber Dragon Infinity build, so your Nova and in your Infinity. And then we also run one Boresoul Dragon. I run this because it does come up that I do make this because sometimes I just spew the board open and then I just go for Boreal Sword. So yeah, we run one Boreal Sword as well. So yeah, this deck is awesome, guys. Like I said before, I love this deck to pieces. This deck is so amazing and fun to play. It's very competitive. As I've played this deck more and more and more, I've learned how much this deck is loved by the community, and there's actually a good amount of followers that love Galaxy Eyes and love Kite from Zexal. But yeah, I mean, I love this deck, guys, just as much as I love Blue Eyes, and it's been so fun to play this deck competitively for over a year, and probably going to go play some other decks nowadays, but I'm still going to profile this from time to time just to give you updates because this is one of my more fun competitive decks that I look at through a competitive eye. I practice this deck in competitive metas, at locals, at regionals, and sometimes at YCSs. But it's been super fun to play, guys. And until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and go Galaxy Eyes.